You are now listening to On Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you the current events and issues. All information and resources are based on the opinions of the host unless otherwise noted. This podcast may contain some quotations, images, and or excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within the copyright doctrine of fair use. This is your news report, and I am your host, Tony. Welcome, welcome. This is your news report. I am your host, Tony Williams. Welcome. And I hope you guys are all right and everybody is doing well. And you are staying COVID free. For the ones who unfortunately have not been able to, our prayers go out to you for a healthy and full recovery. Now, on our news today, we've got crime waves going on, some everywhere. Like, it's just endless. We have a Vivian man arrested on juvenile sexual assault charges. We have a woman accused of murdering a New Boston mother and taking her unborn baby. We also have a 19-year-old arrested following pursuit with police in a stolen car, and they recovered a gun. And let's not forget to mention, for all my people in Louisiana, folks is going crazy in Shreveport. We are having way too many homicides, shootings, and so much more going on. And I don't know, it's as if people are losing their mind. But they need to find it. Let's just say that they need to find it. Because not too much more of this can go on. Like, at some point it's got to stop. Because it's senseless and it's doing nobody any good. Violence is not the answer. Okay? Now, moving along. To the man arrested. It's a shame to be getting, nobody should be receiving sexual assault charges on juveniles. That just should not be happening, but it is. So, the guy who was arrested, David Wayne Chris Sr., who's actually 60 years old. Yeah, 60. I said 60. 60 years old. Now, he was arrested yesterday for sexually assaulting a juvenile. Now, this child was under the age of 13, and it did not happen just once. It was several times. So, right now, he's sitting in the Caddo Correctional Center, and he's facing first-degree charges on rape, molestation of a juvenile, and indecent behavior with the juvenile. Now, bond on the rape charges has not been set yet. He does have a bond for other charges, which in total was set to $150,000. My heart goes out to that child and their family, because this is senseless. Taking the innocence of a youth is not okay. It is not okay by any means. There are too many adults walking around here, male and female, or both, or neutral. I mean, you have too many choices to be just choosing to mess with a child who has children, they don't know about sex. They don't know anything about it. So how can that be pleasurable? I don't see that as being pleasurable. And it is wrong, and it needs to stop. It really needs to stop, because stealing the innocence from a youth is wrong. It is so wrong. And it has to stop. Um, that child is going to need a lot of therapy. So hopefully that family can get them into therapy and make that child feel safe again, get them the help that they need, and just everybody keep eyes on your children. Whether they're yours or somebody else's, keep your eyes on those children and protect them. And watch who you have around them, because this would not be happening so often if we had more eyes caring and taking care of and watching out for the safety of children. Now, moving along to this woman accused of murdering his mother and taking her baby. That's crazy as hell. It's so many kids out here that need homes, and you gonna kill somebody and steal their baby. And this was an unborn baby. You done killed this woman and took her baby that wasn't even born yet. This woman has to have some issues. Now, this is, of course, alleged, because, like all the criminal stories, we have to say alleged because just in case they're not actually guilty of this, they have to be proven guilty in order for us to just say they flat out did it. So there you have it. But you got to be one sick bitch to steal somebody else's baby that ain't born yet. Like, from her womb, just took it. Now, this one is a shocker for me. I know it's happened in the past, and this is probably not going to be the last time. But this one here, this one takes the cake. It really does. Because you don't just, this is something you just don't do it. You have your own kids. Or go adopt one if you're not able to have one. You go adopt. Hell, it's females that's dropping off their babies at these, what they call safe places for the females or the males, or whoever, both of them who don't want their kids. They can just drop them off and there's no questions asked. They don't get in trouble. Okay, you want a baby? It's plenty of them out there that don't want their kids and will gladly give you their baby. But to kill and steal, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. So, the woman's name is Taylor Parker. She was 27 years old, of Sims, Texas. And she actually went to court and pleaded not guilty to the charges of kidnapping and capital murder. Now, she's accused of killing Reagan Simmons Hancock, who was 21 years old. Now, this happened on October 9th of 2020. So she was 8 months pregnant with her second child when this happened to her. But this other chick, she crazy as hell. Now, she also faces a murder charge in connection with the death of the baby. So the baby died in this, and this is so sad. Oh wow, that's just really, it's sad. It's really sad. It doesn't make sense. It's very senseless. So Braxton Sage Hancock. Now, in court on Friday, it was only considered charges related to Reagan, not so much as the baby. So Hancock was attacked at her New Boston home, and her baby was forcibly removed. Now, Parker showed up to an Oklahoma hospital with the baby, claiming she had just given birth and that the baby wasn't breathing. So the baby later died at the hospital. And Parker's next court hearing is set for March 5th. Now, she had a $5 million bond, but the judge has revoked that. The assistant district attorney Kelly Chris stated that since the crime was planned for months and a lack of remorse was given, the district attorney's office will seek the death penalty. Is that fit? What do you guys think of that? And what do you think of this woman doing this? Like, come on. Like, I know it's somebody, everybody's out there fucking. Everybody fucking. Even if they fucking somebody that they don't even want to look at because they don't think they're attractive, they still fucking. And there's a bunch of women that's getting pregnant. The guys are like, oh, what the hell did I get her pregnant for? Oh, she is not cute at all. What the fuck was I thinking? So we got Booker Wolves out there getting pregnant. So that's really no excuse for her to do this. Because there's so many ways to get a baby. I mean, women is getting pregnant by accident, left and right. It's like drinking water now. So this shit was not called for. It was not called for, and I think she does deserve the death penalty. That's my opinion on that one. Because that shit, it made no sense. You done killed this woman and inadvertently killed her baby. In the process of what you're doing, that baby wasn't ready to come yet, obviously. It would have been born already if it was. So you done played a role in killing the baby. And if your goal was to steal this baby, you just shouldn't have done it. Because you done fucked up. You just shouldn't have done it. What do y'all think about this? If you have any other feedback or information on this and the last story, definitely let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think on that? Now, moving along to our next story. So, our kids, America's kids, is in a whirlwind right now. And so much is happening with them. If they're not being molested, they're coming up missing, being killed. And then you have the ones that are getting in trouble. So, we have a 19-year-old arrested following pursuit with police in a stolen car, and they recover a gun. Now, let me tell y'all this. When you get caught by Louisiana police, they ain't cutting you no slack. They just not gonna do it. So, this 19-year-old, Willie Cummings Jr., now, he faces 2 counts of theft of a motor vehicle, 1 count of illegal possession of a stolen firearm, and 1 count of illegal use of a weapon. Now, he was also wanted on multiple arrest warrants. So, this kid has issues. And he's 19, so he's young. So, to me, he's still a kid. Because, I'm sorry, when you do things like this, you don't know what the hell you're doing. Clearly. So, now, this chase that took place with this kid here, it was a foot chase in West Shreveport. Yeah. Today. That's why I say it is the wild, wild west in Shreveport right now. And if you're like me, you're trying to understand what the hell is causing all of this. What is going on? But this happened in the early morning. What we call the bewitching hours. Middle of the night type shit. And this happened around 2:30 a.m. Most folks is in the bed. If you ain't on a job at that time, you either in the bed or you sleep, or you in the bed watching TV till you fall asleep. But either or, you're not in trouble. You're not out there getting into trouble and doing stupid crap. But this happened around 2:30 a.m. And of course, the officers tried to get him to pull over. And he was driving a stolen black Toyota Camry. Now, they noticed after the driver, they learned was operating the vehicle without its headlights on. And this was in the 5100 block of Westwood Park Drive. So after he decided, hell no, he ain't gonna stop, he decided to jump out the car and run. Yeah, that's not really, that's not really wise neither. Just, if you're already in trouble, just go on and stop. Go on and face the music like an adult and go on and get that over with. Do your time and just don't do it again. Don't add to it. Because the running, that only adds to it. If you're wrong, just go on and own that you're wrong and go on and get it over with. Now, it was said that the officer heard 2 shots that came from somewhere close to him. But apparently it's also said that no one witnessed the gunfiring. Now, the initial reports from the police said that they believed the officers were shot at. Yeah, it gets murky. So, of course, the police start to gather, and they gathered up at the Economy Inn and Suites near Liba Street. Liba, one of the two. You know what I'm talking about. Not far from Westwood Park Drive. But the incident didn't happen at the motel. Now, he was, of course, eventually located, and they did get him. Of course, they searched him, found a firearm. But the question is going to be now about these so-called heard gunshots. Because, of course, they found out that the car was stolen, the gun was stolen, and, of course, he didn't own any of it, and he took him on a chase and ran. So what all charges is he going to end up with in the end? Because they're trying to say that the officers were shot at, but none of the witnesses heard any gunfire. So where are they going to go with this? You guys let me know what you think about that. Definitely let me know what you think. Because he was interviewed by the investigators, and he told detectives that the firearm accidentally went off while he was running, but he didn't shoot at anybody. So are they going to try to charge him with shooting at police officers? It's a question mark, because that is definitely up in the air, because at the moment we don't know. But he was booked in the Shreveport City Jail. And I'm going to follow this story to see, because we got enough crap going on with us, and we don't need another one. At least he's still alive. I'm thankful for that, because unlike some other places who just flat out try to kill them, he was not killed, because he's a black man. He's 19 years old, black man, but he still lives. So on that note, it's a good thing that he's still alive, and he did actually get booked into jail, and his life was not stolen, because they could have tried and do some of that funny shit, but thank God they didn't. So we can be thankful for that, in hopes that he gets whatever help it is he needs, because he needs some help to make him do this. We're not sure what led to this, and I'm sure more is going to come out about this later, and when it does, I will definitely get back to you guys on that. Like I said before, there's a lot going on in Shreveport. It is truly like the Wild Wild West, because every time I look at the news or I get news alerts on my phone, somebody's getting shot. Either shot and killed, or they're in critical condition. But it's constant. So I'm not sure what these people are thinking, but I'm going to say this. Find something else to do. Try nonviolence. Try to talk your issues out. And a lot of, because I can't say it's all youngsters either. We can't say it's all youngsters because it's some older folks in there that doing some stupid shit too. But for the most part, we gotta set an example for these youngsters so they don't fall into this trap. Because, and I do call it a trap, because if they see the elders doing this stuff, or who they consider elders, who they look up to, if they see us acting ass and clowning, they're going to act ass and clown too. If they see that we're not willing to sit down and have a conversation with one another to fix a situation, they're not going to sit down with a person and fix a situation. If we're not showing that we're mature enough to say, okay, we don't agree, so let's agree to not, let's agree to disagree on this topic. Let's talk this shit out so we can live another day. If they're not seeing us doing that, they're not going to do that. So I encourage everybody to use nonviolence and to talk your problems out. Talk them through, or just stop fooling with people. Just stop fooling with them. Go on about your way. Let them go on about their way. And in that instance, everybody can win off that. Other than that, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. And we need all our youth. So let's talk to the youth. And even let's talk to these older people that are still out there showing their ass and acting a fool, because it's unnecessary. It is very unnecessary, and it needs to stop. So, guys, girls, be good. Think before you act. Take your time. And let me tell you something else. Everybody who says that they're your friend is not your friend. So let's use some common sense out there while we're out there. And if you're always getting in trouble when you're out there, get your ass from out there and go home and find something else to do with your time. And get out the mix of the BS so you won't get into no BS. How about that? Thank you guys for listening. You guys have been awesome. Take care of yourselves. And please, wear your mask and continue to social distancing, especially with this new strain of virus. You have been listening to Unborn Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you the current events and issues. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my news report. I wish you the best. For more, you can find Unborn Radio on Facebook, YouTube. The name over there is Tony on One, and it is available on most of your favorite podcast sites and apps. If there is a news report that you would like to share, email onOneRadioTalk@gmail.com. Place it to the attention of news reports. Stay safe, take care, and be well. There's always another story.